a snowy North Broad Street in Philly, you're watching the American Conference on ESPN. This afternoon from the Liacouras Center, the Temple Owls host the NJIT Highlanders out of the Atlantic Sun. Temple's Shiz Alston Jr. is having a productive sophomore season, is coming off a team-high 12 points at Villanova. His Owls hope to contain one of the best guards in the nation, NJIT senior Damon Lynn, the Highlanders' all-time leading scorer who just needs 10 more points for 2,000 in his career. The Cherry and White faithful look for their Owls to bounce back after a loss to number 1 Villanova on Tuesday night. Happy holidays with Rob Kennedy. I'm Dave Leno. Rob, how does Temple bounce back after the loss to Nova on Tuesday?
I can't worry about losing to Villanova. Everybody's done that this year and the run at the end of last year. But what they've got to do is take care of the basketball. This is a team that usually does a great job not turning it over in the top 10 in the country the last 2 years. For the last 2 games, they've been averaging 17. It'll be a little bit more difficult because Josh Brown, their senior guard, will not be available tonight.
NJIT is coming off back-to-back 20-win seasons, and they bring in a veteran squad this go-around.
Yeah, they've got 4 seniors in their starting lineup who have won a ton of games for NJIT as they've totally turned the program around. But it all starts with Damon Lynn. He's got 8 games at 20 or more, 2 games at 30 or more. The Owls have to contain him.
NJIT is led by Brian Kennedy, your brother, Rob, on the sidelines.
Yeah, my younger brother in his first season after doing a terrific job with Jim Engels at turning this program around.
On the opposite bench, Fran Dunphy's Temple Owls begin a 3-game homestand today. Aside from the Villanova defeat on Tuesday, his Owls have dropped just 3 games by 5 points or less. It's the first ever meeting between NJIT and Temple. The Highlanders are 0-8 all-time against Big 5 schools. NJIT in the road red jerseys, Temple in the home whites. Lewis and Annecchionia to jump it up. Isaac Barnett throws it in the air, and we're underway this afternoon in Philly with Damon Lynn running the point. It's an NJIT team very experienced with 4 seniors in its starting lineup, and it's a quick trigger for Lynn from 3. Lewis had better positioning over Ernest Flackby.
Yeah, as soon as Damon Lynn catches the ball, he's within range. Has a quick release, leads the country in made 3-point field goals so far. 52 makes on the season.
17 of his 19 field goal attempts last game of the loss to Iona came from 3. And that falls home for Rob Ukawuba.
And that's a good sign for the Highlanders. Ukawuba in a slump, 0 for 10 from the field in the last 2 games after having a season-high 18 at Minnesota. One of the reasons why NJIT was in that game right until the last couple of possessions. Had a chance to take the lead inside of the last 2 minutes 3 times.
So as Rob mentioned, no Josh Brown today. He is out after playing 5 straight games. He has soreness in his Achilles, so Alani Moore comes back in the starting lineup as Daniel Dingle nails the 3.
And that's Dingle's 19th 3 already on the season. That's more than he's had, Dave, in any of his previous 3 seasons. So he's worked on his outside shot and has become a weapon for him.
So Lynn just needs 10 points to get 2,000 in his career, but gives it inside for Coleman with his left hand, and that's smooth.
Yeah, and Coleman, part of that senior class. He and Damon Lynn, a terrific duo. Both those guys preseason All-A-Sun selections.
So changing roles for Moore running the point, coming off the bench the last 2 games, and now thrust into the starting role and gives it up to Alston Jr. 10 to shoot here for Temple, guarded by Lynn, running baseline to a Flackby, blazing past Lewis, but misses the bunny.
Well, and that's one of the issues with a Flackby. At times, offensively struggles, although he does shoot it at 55%.
Doug Schals, Jose Carrion, and Isaac Barnett are the officials this afternoon, as the board belongs to Alani Moore. And Annecchionia for 3. And they'll look to get him going because he was held to just 8.6 turnovers against Villanova.
Yeah, first game all season, he's been held below double figures. Off to a terrific start, averaging nearly 18 a game.
Coleman finding Isabua. And Isabella with his right hand, the floater, in and out, and the rebound to a Flackby. It's a Temple team that comes in 7-4 on the season as Alani Moore drives it.
As you mentioned, Moore getting the start, but having started those first 9 games of the season, you know that he's going to step right back in. His minutes been down the last couple of games as much because of an ankle injury as Brown coming back into the lineup.
And when you talk to the Temple staff, they say that he's well ahead of the curve, as Coleman is as well. Comes up short in theirs in NJIT.
Yeah, one of the bright spots for Moore so far is the way he's been shooting it from the outside, 49% from beyond the three-point line. And at his size, Dave, you've got to be able to shoot it that deep to force defenders out on you so you can get by people off the bounce.
Dingle spitting away from Okawuba. And it will go back the opposite way to NJIT. This is ending a 5-game road swing for the Highlanders. They have dropped their last 3, but they battled Minnesota tough as well.
Yeah, they certainly had a chance to win that game. Chris Jenkins, as well as Damon Lim, were a combined 2 of 20 from beyond the three-point line. If you had said they were going to shoot it that poorly before the game, you would have thought it would have been a Minnesota blowout. So Rob Ukawuba had a terrific game. They were able to hang in there. Had a chance to take the lead 3 separate occasions inside the last 2 minutes.
Highlanders have missed their last 4 field goal attempts and 17 to shoot for Temple.
That's a tough matchup for NJIT when Enechionia gets on the post. They just don't have the size to match up with Temple's size.
Dingle taking Coleman, finds a Flackby.
Now, good patience by Temple not to force late in the shot clock. Get a wide open look inside.
Isabella out to Coleman, and they find the non-senior in the lineup in Lewis. That was Kent. Alston Jr. gets it from a Flackby and will solo.
Well, good defense and recognition by Temple.
Alston Jr. leads the American Conference in assist-to-turnover ratio, 7th nationally on that mark. And Isabella will opt for Ukawuba. Isabella driving baseline, finding Lewis again, but he walked according to Jose Carrion.
Well, Temple, after a slow start offensively, doing a good job being patient with the basketball, working the shot clock down and getting a good one inside. You want easy shots? Use your defense to create offense. Good recognition and hustle. Nice finish out ahead by Shiz Alston, up by 5.